Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lich's Lair. This is Brandon. I just watched the virtual tabletop on D&D's YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to say this tabletop, the graphics absolutely do look amazing. The water, the spell effects, rolling of the dice, moving your characters. There's no complaints from me when it comes to the actual appearance of this virtual tabletop. Where you start getting me is 29 seconds into this damn video. They're already plugging D&D Beyond, their paid service, because as you guys know, with the open game license issues, the OGL, a bunch of people boycotted D&D Beyond, and it turned into a thing where they were dropping subscriptions like flies. Their overall revenue, I think, dropped 10% because of the OGL issue, and with a huge company like Wizards of the Coast, that is just a massive amount of money. The next thing is the actual beef of the video. What it consisted of was basically saying, we're playing this on $6,000 laptops. They didn't actually say that, but they're playing it on $6,000 laptops. I want to be able to play with my friends on the phone, tablet, or computer. And with the looks of that virtual tabletop, you're going to have one hell of a phone to be playing at number one. And who wants to play on the phone anyways? Like, come on. If you're playing on your phone and you're trying to do D&D, you might as well just find a local group and play in person. The next thing I have against this is the next strike in my book is it's going to turn into paid modules to actually have good content in the game. I could see them gating a lot of these things behind either premium service or paid modules. This is all speculation because the video is about 5 minutes long, and all you heard was the voice actors going, "Oh my god, yeah, woo, oh yeah, how do you roll your dice? Oh, I'm having so much fun moving my character." And it was like, you could do this on Roll20. Like, yeah, it's not gonna look that great, but like, come on, you can do it for free. So unless they allow lots of customization and people to import their own, intellectual property or their own ideas into the virtual tabletop platform, I see it being kind of like the people who are gonna buy every product that Wizards of the Coast comes out with are going to get into this. They will play it. Eventually it might fizzle out, yada, yada, yada. But the average Joe, the person like you and me, the person listening to this right now with me, we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons how we always have, in person, in our small groups, in our inner communities. We're going to buy third-party content. We're going to homebrew our own stuff. That's always been the fun part about Dungeons and Dragons. You don't have to wait until the next shiny module comes out in order to play your campaign. Currently, I'm doing a pirate-themed campaign where we started off on a boat, we caught the boat on fire, we left that motherfucker, and now we traveled through the ocean. We eventually landed on some shores after slaying a shark, cutting its head off, and putting it inside the boat. My wife is playing a Tabaxi druid, and I'm playing a human barbarian. And we're having a shitload of fun. It's not like they could never write this in a module. I mean, they could, but you're not going to get that many tailored modules compared to if you just homebrew in your small groups. And I feel like that's where Wizards of the Coast is realizing when there's these huge Kickstarters for third-party content, and this one got 300,000 and this one got 1 million, that people aren't happy with the current status quo. There's plenty of other avenues out there. They have to make the next carrot on the stick. And currently that carrot's going to be their virtual tabletop, the packets they make for this, the paid content, the little NFTs and the little avatars that you can get if you buy this, the special minis that you can play in the game if you order the virtual tabletop early, or if you get this expansion that's before anybody else. You pay a premium $1, You can have their little file that they made you and have your special mini with your armor, X, Y, and Z. But it's never going to top the experience that you have in your small groups, cracking open a beer, smoking whatever you want to do. It's up to you, that sort of vibe, you know what I mean? We're all adults here. You understand what I'm saying. If you want to have a wild, nasty, gritty campaign, you can. If you want to have a Pokemon campaign, go ahead. You know what I mean? They're not going to make a module for the virtual tabletop that's smoking reefer or doing drugs, and they're not going to make one that's about Pokemon. But you can do that in your own home right now as it is for completely free. Besides the drugs. That's going to cost you a little bit more, but that's besides the point. Moving on. Where Wizards of the Coast has really got me down is, besides Dungeons and Dragons, I'm a big Magic the Gathering player. I have so many cards, different things from sets, and over the past couple years, especially due to COVID, like, the production of these sets have just gone out of sight. And I'm not talking about the number of cards in the set, like, oh, they produce so many people could play. No, that wouldn't be a problem. What they're doing is literally every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, there's a new set coming out. There's a secret lair. There's this advertised. There's Lord of the Rings set. There's Warhammer set. There's Kamigawa redone. There's freaking 30th anniversary set. And literally the price continues to creep up. It's like, I understand there's inflation right now. If you go to the grocery store, you understand that. If you buy gas, you understand that. There's inflation on everything. But there's not 300% inflation. You don't need to pay $45 for this limited edition pack of cards that's literally printed on cardboard. I mean, we all love our Magic cards. We all love our minis. We love our D&D books. Everybody's on the same page here, you know what I'm saying. But there's no reason to have these things cost so astronomical, besides the fact that they can make the supply and demand and make you really want something because it's nice, new, and shiny. But the thing is, I don't know if you're like me, I'm completely burnt out of this, and that's why I love D&D to start with. Because you can buy the Player's Handbook, you can buy the Dungeon Master's Guide if you want to. If not, you can download both of those online for free. And you can literally make your own homebrewed campaign. You bought 2 books, you bought a set of dice, you can use little token papers if you want for your characters, or you can buy a $5 mini. And that's the end of your expenses for endless enjoyment. There's very few hobbies that are like that. If you're getting into 3D printing, you gotta buy your filament, you're gonna be upgrading your 3D printer, yada yada yada. If you shoot archery, you get the next new bow, you're constantly buying arrows, you're getting a new release. You know, you shoot guns, you're always upgrading your sights, you gotta pay for ammo. Like, Lord knows, ammo's freaking expensive nowadays. It's like some guns you can shoot are over $1 a round, maybe even 2 to 3 depending on the caliber. You know, back in the day, it was like, oh yeah, I'll spend 5 cents on the round, I'll spend 3 cents. Yeah, not anymore. That's not how things work. So D&D is really the special haven where you can add your own spin to the game. It's not costing you very much money at all, and you can have endless content and fun with your friends. And it's a real reason to actually gather together and have a weekly schedule with people of like-mindedness or your friends. There's very few things as an adult. Everybody has their busy schedule. You know, you got the kid on the way, you gotta go to work, you're running your company, you're trying to make more money, you got 2 jobs, you got schooling to do. There's very few things that pull people together and actually have them come and meet in the same spot on a weekly schedule or bi-weekly schedule. There's very few things like D&D, is what I'm saying. That's why we love it. And it's like, there's a shot across the bow when they try to show you this nice new shiny thing. Oh, look at this virtual tabletop. Yeah, 20 seconds in, let's plug D&D Beyond. More money. 30 seconds in, you're showing the character models. You know what that's going to turn into. Pay a few dollars for this set of armor. Pay a few dollars for that. They're not going to have hundreds of free models and thousands of pieces of armor with the original release of the virtual tabletop. Everybody knows what this is going to turn into. It's not like World of Warcraft where you buy the game. I understand you got to pay a subscription for that even. And you got all of these armors with all of your expansions, and there's thousands of pieces, and it's already loaded into the game. You make your character, you play the game, go have fun doing raids. They're constantly updating new content. You're getting it for free. We know Wizards of the Coast doesn't work like that. There's not a single set of cards that you go into your shop and they say, oh, you bought Kamigawa there. Yeah, oh, well, you get this pack for free too. This is the current update. They wouldn't make freaking money. That's not how Wizards of the Coast is operating. That's not currently how the market is. And it goes against the original grain, the flow, and the old stock of this community. I'm not a torchbearer here. I haven't been around D&D forever, but I can read the tea leaves. You have a game that literally you need a freaking notebook and a pencil and a couple dollar set of dice, and you can have endless fun. And this company's going, how the heck can we make more money on this? What can we do to bring people in so they have to pay a subscription? That's the golden nugget, you know what I mean, for these companies, is having a paid service each month. Not a one-time buy. It's each month your credit card's getting charged. They're having revenue come in every month. They can't make enough books to keep themselves at the profit shares that they want to continuously grow. So they need to find new ways to bait us in and new ways to line their pockets pretty much. And I'm not saying, hey, this product's terrible. It's gonna be the worst thing ever. No. The virtual tabletop's probably gonna be good. It's gonna service some people's needs. There's probably gonna be a few thousand people that it's exactly what they need because they have family members or friends that they always played with that have moved away over the years. And it gives them a chance to have a good group session together and a little bit more of a theatric experience compared to something like Roll20, where you have your tokens and your icons, you move them around a 2D map. I understand the 3D space is going to be pretty awesome, and it adds some MMO feel elements to it. You can see the hit points pop up, and you know exactly the distance you're dragging your character. So I'm not all here to say, oh, this is 100% bad. But for the most people, like I said, if for you and me, the common person, we're still going to gather in our groups. We're going to do what we've always done. We're looking forward to third-party content that's going to be on Kickstarters or Patreons that people are going to release each month, or they're going to have you pay for the Kickstarter and you're going to get your miniatures with that you can 3D print the files, or they're going to send them out to you, and everybody's going to be happy. This company's clawing at every dollar they can get, and that's not what the essence of Dungeons & Dragons is about. Everybody, this has been Brandon from Lich's Lair. I hope you enjoyed this little chat as much as I have. If you did, please hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a great day, and keep on keeping the fight.